Hello and welcome to Rochford District Matters, the magazine produced by the Council for its residents. This is the Summer 2013 edition. In this edition are articles on Wild Woods Day, arts events for everyone, your local councillors, events and activities in the district, are you prepared for an emergency, help and advice on council tax, and much more. But to start, we have details of a new smartphone app.
Happy to help. Rochford District Council has teamed up with waste contractors CETA UK and mobile application designers Love Clean Streets to make it even easier for residents to report cleanliness issues with the launch of a new smartphone app. The mobile application can be downloaded for free at most smartphone device stores. Whether it's litter, fly tipping, dog's mess, cigarette butts or graffiti, the state-of-the-art Love Clean Streets app lets you take a photo which will automatically find where you are and send the location and image straight to the council's street scene team. For residents, the app makes it easier to report environmental issues, and for the council it means we're able to respond quicker to clear up mess. Don't worry if you don't have a smartphone though. You can still report cleanliness issues in other ways, such as phoning the Council's Customer Services team on 01702 318111 or by emailing customerservices@rochford.gov.uk. To download the app, go to your smartphone device store and search for Rochford CETA and you should be able to find the app.
Did you know that the Council has a special facility in place that can help organisations such as community and voluntary groups, sports and other clubs, schools, social enterprises and small businesses to search across a huge range of funding sources free? The Council has joined forces with GrantNet to provide a searchable database of funding opportunities ranging from European funds through to lottery awards and charitable trusts. GrantNet is completely free to use and is available by clicking www.rochford.gov.uk/grants search. It's a really simple system to use. You just register your details and obtain a password in order to search the system for funds appropriate to your project. The Council's Community Planning Officer, Andrew Rayleigh, said, "This is an excellent service and provides access to a wide and varied range of funding bodies. It can be time-consuming finding the right source of funding for your project, and the benefit of this service is that it provides information on a full range of UK and European Union support provision in a single searchable database suitable for all types of organisations. For more information, or if you have any questions about GrantNet, you can contact Andrew Rayleigh on 01702 318 061. And for more in-depth funding advice, you can contact the Rayleigh, Rochford and District Association for Voluntary Services, better known as RAVS, by telephone on 01268 772 796.
Drop in to see RAVS. As well as the Council's GrantNet scheme, you can also get help and advice from the Rayleigh, Rochford and District Association for Voluntary Services, RAVS. If you want to volunteer, but you're not sure how to go about getting started, or if you're a charitable organisation looking for funding, help or advice, then make a date to visit the RAVS Funding and Volunteering Drop-In Clinic. On the last Tuesday morning of every month, between 9:30 and 12:30, RAVS will be at number 1 West Street, Rochford, to help you with advice and support. There's no need to book for the sessions, just pop in for a chat and find out more. Alternatively, you can also pop in and see RAVS at their office at 105 High Street, Rayleigh. RAVS has a wide range of support on offer across the Rochford district. RAVS is once again running the laptop courses, which aim to help the over 25s learn computing skills in a relaxed atmosphere. Laptop can help you with a beginner's computer course, home visits and a link to Rochford Computer Club, all in a relaxed atmosphere. Among the skills the course teaches are how to visit websites that you've seen on television, how to send emails with photos attached, how to transfer photos from cameras to computers, and learn about internet shopping. For laptop, contact RAVS on 01268 772796 or email RAVS, that's RRAVS, at ravs.org.uk.
District's 10th Big Day Out. Around 3,000 people came to Hockley Woods to help us celebrate the 10th birthday of Wild Woods Day. They all came along to enjoy loads of activities, from old favourites such as the climbing wall and fencing to new events such as a pop-up market selling fresh local produce. The event was also a curtain raiser to a busy year for the new chairman of the council, Mrs Barbara Wilkins. The chairman said, "To start my year as chairman by helping to celebrate the 10th birthday of Wild Woods Day was spectacular. It's so nice to see families coming to Hockley Woods to enjoy all the different free activities." And if you enjoyed Wild Woods Day, why not try Rochford District's summer holiday programme? The leisure team is once again working in partnership with Virgin Active and Rochford Extended Services to deliver a range of sports and arts activities during the summer holidays. Activities include fencing, scuba diving, badminton, arts activities, theatre workshops and much more. Activities will take place across the Rochford District for children of all ages up to 16. For more information, visit www.rochford.gov.uk/holiday activities, or to be added to our mailing list, contact us by email leisure@rochford.gov.uk or phone 01702 318121. Cycling your way to the Games. This summer, a series of LED rides will take place across Rochford, Castle Point and Southend as part of the Olympic legacy. These Cycling Your Way to the Games rides are aimed at cyclists of all abilities. The rides will be divided into 3 different styles: off-road, town and road. The rides will vary in duration, with the shortest lasting approximately 30 minutes. To accompany the rides, there will also be talks delivered by experts within the cycling industry. Speakers will cover a broad range of subjects from nutrition to bike maintenance. For more information, please call Richard Twomey at the Comfy Saddle on 01702 340864. Rochford and Castle Point Sports Awards 2013, sponsored by Virgin Active. The 6th annual awards take place in 2013. The nomination process opens shortly, so if you know a talented athlete of any age, a volunteer who deserves recognition, a sports club that has excelled, or someone that always participates in the spirit of fair play, then please take the time to submit a nomination. The awards evening will take place later this year, with London 2012 bronze medal winning hockey player Chloe Rogers on hand to present the awards and a prize of £100 for all winners. More information will be available shortly at www.rochford.gov.uk/sports-awards or email sport@rochford.gov.uk, and we will send you a nomination form as soon as they are available.
Arts events for everyone. Whether it's watching or taking part in something new, there's arts events galore taking place in the district. The Rayleigh Arts Festival is on from Saturday the 14th through to the end of Sunday the 15th of September. So make a date for this annual Rayleigh Arts Festival. This year has a big focus on heritage. Activities and events will take place in and around the Grade 2 listed Rayleigh Windmill as part of the National Heritage Open Days initiative. Look out for the full festival programme by visiting www.rochford.gov.uk/arts-festival, and that's in July. Professional theatre events for children at the Mill Arts and Events Centre have proved popular with local families, with performances selling out in advance. And the next event will take place on Sunday, the 15th of September, and it's based on the popular children's picture book, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Fresh from a tour of the USA and Canada, this lively show for children aged 3 and up is full of fun, feathers, laughter and excitement, and it features original music and lots of audience participation. You can join our mailing list for families to receive news of when tickets go on sale and other family-friendly activities and events in the district by emailing arts@rochford.gov.uk. And then there's the Rochford Art Trail this year, 2013. This popular arts trail returns with new dates and more opportunities to explore the town of Rochford and the work of more than 100 local artists. The trail has been extended from 7 to 10 days and will run from Thursday the 19th to Saturday the 28th of September. A pop-up arts and crafts marketplace will be held on Saturday the 28th of September in the Rochford WI Hall. The trail map will be available in the summer from the Council Reception Office at Rayleigh and Rochford, or you can download www.rochford.gov.uk/art trail.
And do make time to visit the award-winning Rayleigh Windmill. Once again, the Rayleigh Windmill has an exciting season of exhibitions running until September the 29th. Make time to visit local artist Julia Tanner's exhibition, which runs until the 7th of July. We're then pleased to welcome the stunning Shine exhibition between 10th of July and 14th of August. Shine is a photographic exhibition which is dedicated to the creativity of deaf young people. The final exhibition at the Windmill will be Sails in the Wind from the 17th of August to the 29th of September, and it celebrates 200 years of the Windmill and takes you on a journey through time using film and photographs. As well as exhibitions, the museum at the Windmill holds a fascinating collection of artefacts from Rayleigh and the surrounding area. The collection has also recently been awarded accredited museum status from Arts Council England. The scheme sets agreed standards for museums across the country. To qualify, museums must meet standards on how they care for their collections. In their report, the panel praised the Windmill for having no areas for improvement, one of just a few museums to have reached this standard. The Rayleigh Windmill is open on Wednesdays between 10 AM and 1 PM, Saturdays between 1 PM and 4 PM, and on Sundays between 1 PM and 4 PM. Entry is free of charge, but donations are always welcome. Please note, the Rayleigh Windmill is sometimes closed for private events, so check the website at www.rochford.gov.uk/windmill before visiting.
Help with your council tax. If you are worried about your financial health, visit www.moneyadviceservice.org.uk or phone them on 0300 500 5000 between 8 AM and 8 PM. The Money Advice Service offer free, unbiased and independent financial advice. They can help you with managing your money better, how to review or reduce borrowing, money saving tips, universal credit and other benefits, work and money, bank accounts and credit and debit cards. Offering a helping hand. If you are getting council tax support and are struggling to pay your council tax, we have a dedicated officer, Laura Poole, who can offer help and advice. You can call her on 01702 318089, visit her at the council offices, South Street, Rochford, between 8:30 AM and 5 PM, Monday to Friday, and request a home visit if you find it difficult to get out. Laura is working closely with the Citizens Advice Bureau and may refer you to them for advice on budgeting and managing debts. How to contact the Citizens Advice Bureau. This service helps people resolve their legal, financial and other problems by providing free, confidential, independent and impartial advice and information. If you live in the district and would like to speak to a member of the Bureau, the current opening hours for initial assessments are Rochford Office, Back Lane, Rochford, SS4 1AY, open Tuesday and Thursday 10 AM to 2 PM, or Rayleigh Office, Civic Suite, Hockley Road, Rayleigh, SS6 8EB, and they are open Monday, Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Initial assessments are also available by phoning 0844 477 0808. Visit www.adviceguide.org.uk for initial information on a variety of aspects of daily living. Get your council tax bill through your inbox, not your letterbox. Help protect the environment and save money. Visit www.rochford.gov.uk/paperless billing, fill in your name and address, click submit, and we will do the rest for you.
Essential Living Fund. If you and or your family are under exceptional pressure with your finances, you can apply for a grant called the Essential Living Fund, or ELF. The scheme, administered by Southend-on-Sea Borough Council, is designed to help those who are in urgent need of assistance to ensure they have basic living items such as clothing, food and fuel. In order to establish whether you are eligible, you will need to complete the online application form. This form will ask questions about your income, earnings and savings. You will also be required to provide proof of your financial situation. If you are given a grant, it will not be paid via cash or direct into a bank account. Indeed, it will be paid by the use of food vouchers or supermarket vouchers, use of all-pay cards, the provision of recycled furniture from a reputable charity, provision of white goods from a reputable local dealer, points of contact for general living expenses, meaning groceries, nappies, toiletries, hygiene products and fuel. You can apply by phoning the ELF team on 0300 7900 124, and this number is charged at local rates from any number, including mobiles. The opening hours to contact them are 8:45 a.m. to 5:15 p.m. And for furniture, white goods, clothing and footwear, household equipment, you can use the online application form available at www.southend.gov.uk.
Your local councillors. There are 39 councillors representing 19 wards or areas of the district. Following the local elections in May, the political composition of the district council is as follows: 31 Conservative councillors, 4 Lib Dem councillors, 2 Green councillors and 2 Rochford District Residents councillors. We will shortly give you the names of the councillor who represents you on Rochford District Council. Elections for Essex County Council also took place on the same day. There are 5 Essex County Council electoral areas within the Rochford District. These areas are known as divisions, and 1 councillor represents each area. The 5 Essex County Council representatives for the Rochford District are as follows: Rayleigh North, Councillor Malcolm Maddox, Conservative; Rayleigh South, Councillor Keith Gibbs, UKIP; Rochford North, Councillor Terry Cutmore, Conservative; Rochford South, Councillor Colin Seegers, Conservative; Rochford West, Councillor Michael Hoy, Green Party. And contact details for your Essex County councillors are available at www.essex.gov.uk or by phoning 01245 430 481.
Ashington and Canewden District, Mrs Capon, Conservative; T Cutmore, Conservative Council Leader. Barling and Sutton, M Steptoe, Conservative; Downhall and Raworth, C Black, Liberal Democrat, and Liberal Democrat R.A. Oldham. Foulness and Great Wakering, T.E. Goodwin, Conservative; C.G. Seegers, Conservative, and Council's Chairman, Conservative Mrs B.J. Wilkins. And Grange, C.J. Lumley, Lib Dems, and Mrs. J.R. Lumley, Lib Dem, Council's Vice Chairman.
In Hawkwell North, there's Mrs. L. Butcher and Mrs. J. Macpherson, both Conservatives. In Hawkwell South, you've got Mr. Capon and Mrs. Heather Glynn, both Conservatives. Hawkwell West, you've got Mr. John Mason, who's the Rochford District Resident Representative, and Mrs. C. Mason, also Rochford District Representative. Hockley Central, you've got 3 Conservative candidates, Mr. Keith Hudson, he's also the Deputy Leader of the Council, Mrs. Weston, Mr. Hazelwood. Hockley North, you've got Mr. Carter, who is a Conservative, and Hockley West, Mr. Maddox, also Conservative. In Hullbridge, you have Michael Hoy, he's the Green Party man, and Mrs. Hale, she's the Conservative, and also Mrs. Hoy, she's also the Green Party representative. In Rayleigh Lodge Ward, you've got Mr. D. Merrick and Mr. I. Ward, both Conservatives, and in Rayleigh Central, you've got 2 Conservative ladies, Mrs. P. Aves and Mrs. C. Rowe.
And the last 5 districts are all Conservatives. Rochford, Mrs. G. Lucas Gill, K.J. Gordon and J.P. Cottis. Swain Park, Mrs. J. Mockford, T. Mountain. Trinity, D.J. Sperring, J.E. Gray. Wheatley, J.D. Griffin and Mrs. M. Webster. And White House, R.R. Dray and S.P. Smith.
Support shop at my local. Businesses, would you like to develop and expand your business and increase your customer numbers? Customers, do you want to get discounts at local shops? Would you prefer to shop locally, saving you a long drive and getting stuck in traffic, while also supporting local businesses? What is Shop at My Local? The Shop at My Local partnership delivers a range of projects that encourage residents and businesses to buy locally and regularly use local supply chains. The campaign aims to ensure the district's shopping areas are thriving community centres which offer a unique and enjoyable shopping and social experience. The aim of the campaign: deliver initiatives and events that attract people to the district's main shopping areas, be a forum to engage local people in discussion, help to develop a shared strategic approach to main shopping area development, find funding and resources to enhance shopping areas, help to deliver cleaner, greener and more attractive shopping areas. How will a member benefit you? Firstly, membership is free. Once you've joined, you have access to the website showing all the vouchers and offers that are available at shops in the district, shops you may already be using. You'll also have access to competitions and local information. To date, there are 837 shoppers signed up to the scheme and 432 traders. What is Rochford doing? Rochford's Economic Development Team needs your help to develop Shop at My Local. The team consists of Judy Owen Hughes, Economic Development Manager, and Sarah Moss, Business Support Officer. They are available to answer your queries on 01702 546366 and business@rochford.gov.uk.
During the coming year, we'll be looking for opportunities to enhance and promote various centres within the district, namely Rochford, Rayleigh and Hockley. The district has a unique character which must be preserved, whilst also ensuring that businesses have the opportunities that they need to survive and grow. The Council is preparing action plans for the development and enhancement of those 3 main centres. More information can be found on the website www.rochford.gov.uk and a little later in this edition. One of the issues of growing concern is the number of empty shops across the district. The town centres have proved to be quite resilient during the challenging financial times we have been experiencing, and there are fairly few empty shops in the area. The vacancy statistics for primary shopping town centres are 3% in Rayleigh, 7% in Hockley and 8% in Rochford. Nevertheless, empty shops can make the shopping areas look untidy, and won't contribute to making the areas thriving community hubs. The question is, though, what can be done to help? Well, ideas from elsewhere include opening the shops as pop-up shops. And accompanying this article are a couple of photographs as to what they've done in Chelmsford. One is a community shop and the other is an ideas hub where people presumably go in off the street and ask about the unit which is to let, and there are various ideas being put forward as to what actually could happen within there. Now, these are used for a short period of time, and things like art displays, art exhibitions. Windows could be used to display photographs of the area or any art and marketing material created by pupils at local schools. Now, we want to know whether you think that this is a good idea. You could email your thoughts and suggestions to business@rochford.gov.uk.
What will Rayleigh Town Centre look like in the future? More shops, more restaurants, a different focus to the High Street. How do you think the centre of Rayleigh should develop in the future? Rochford District Council is currently holding an informal consultation on the Rayleigh Area Action Plan, RAY AAP, until the 8th of August 2013. Now, this date is accurate at the time of going to press, but may be subject to change in the event of unforeseen circumstances. So please check www.rochford.gov.uk or contact the planning policy on 01702 318191 for the latest information. The RAY AAP will form part of the collection of documents that show how the district will develop in the future. It sets out the Council's vision for the future of Rayleigh Town Centre. The overall role of the RAY AAP is to shape the development in the town centre for the next 10 to 15 years. This informal consultation represents a chance for you to have your views heard on what the Council's policies for the development of the town centre should be. We've listened to your concerns expressed through past community involvement and have been working with the consultant to produce a draft final version of the Area Action Plan. We'd like to hear from you whether you think we've taken into account your suggestions in the past to form this draft final document. What are your thoughts on this document? Have you got any ideas on how to revitalise the south of the High Street? What kind of shops would you like to see in Rayleigh? What changes in the town centre will encourage you to do the shopping locally? Would you like to see the size of the taxi rank reduced as suggested in the plan? The draft Rayleigh Area Action Plan can be viewed at Rayleigh Library and Council offices or online at www.rochford.gov.uk. We've also prepared a questionnaire for you to reflect your views, and the questionnaire is available at the Council offices South Street, Rochford, and Rayleigh Library, and online, or, if you wish, by post. Should you have any questions regarding the Rayleigh Area Action Plan, please contact the planning policy on 01702 318191.
Are you interested in how planning applications will be determined in the future? The Development Management document will set out a wide range of detailed policies which planning applications will be assessed against, such as housing extensions limits, design, rural diversification, and species and habitat protection. Are you interested in the future of Rochford Town Centre? The Rochford Area Action Plan will set out planning policies specific to Rochford Town Centre, including setting thresholds for the types of uses within the town centre and improvements to pedestrian routes within and around the town. Both of these documents form part of the collection of documents that will determine how the district develops in the future. The final versions of the Development Management document and the Rochford Area Action Plan, called the Submission documents, will shortly go out to formal consultation. Look out for your opportunity to have your say online at www.rochford.gov.uk. See the In Focus section. If you would like to be notified of future opportunities to comment on planning policy documents, sign up to the Planning Policy Team's mailing list in one of the following ways. Online at rochford.jdi-consult.net/LDF, or send your preferred contact details via email to planning.policy@rochford.gov.uk or phone 01702 318191.
Out and about, and we'll start with sports and leisure. The Rochford 100 Rugby Football Club is a family-focused rugby club providing facilities for rugby for all ages from the under-6s through to adult and veterans rugby teams. Matches occur September to April inclusive on Saturdays and Sundays. Training is all the year round, weekdays and Saturdays, depending on the teams. Your contact number for them is 01702 544 021. The Hawkwell Athletic FC Summer Soccer School, they meet on Friday evenings from 6:30 to 7:30 or 8, and that's until August the 30th each year. Fun football training for girls and boys in reception class or years 1 and 2. If you haven't played football before and would like to try it, then go along to Hockley Community Centre and join in. You can just turn up on the day, and you have to please bring a non-fizzy drink, appropriate footwear and shin pads. And if the weather is hot, sun cream and a hat. The cost is £3 per child per session. The contact for them, www.hawkwellfc.com. The Rayleigh Cricket Club operates from mid-April until September. 16 sides altogether for male and female players of all ages and abilities. The contact for them, chairman@Rayleigh Cricket Club, all one long word, .org.uk, or visit www.rayleighcricketclub.org.uk. Fitzwymark Badminton Club meet every Monday evening from 7:30 to 9:30. New members who play to a reasonable level of badminton are being sought to join the club's social club. They play on Mondays at Fitzwymark School. You could contact the club chairman by email, worships@talktalk.net.
Clubs and groups. Clubs and groups. Roach Art Group meets Wednesday evenings between 7:30 p.m. and 9:30 at St Teresa's Church Hall, Ashington Road, Rochford, SS41RF, located to the rear of the church. There is good lighting and facilities, all abilities catered for at this friendly club who use a variety of media. Membership inquiries are always welcome. Reasonable fees apply. Make a note in your diary for the group's annual exhibition taking place on Saturday the 26th of October 2013 at St Teresa's between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. There is free admission and parking. For details, contact Christine on 01702 586336 or John on 07933 263930. And Rayleigh Horticultural Society Autumn Show on Sunday the 8th of September between 2 and 4:30 p.m. There is a show of flowers, vegetables, floral art, children's classes and home crafts at the Mill Arts and Events Centre, Bellingham Lane, Rayleigh. Admission is £1 with accompanied children admitted free. There will be items from the Society's trading store available to buy, together with other stands. You can find out more at www.rayleighhorticulturalsociety.co.uk. Please note that although events are checked before going to press, they are subject to change. We recommend you visit our website at www.rochford.gov.uk or contact the organisers to check before going to an event.
Council, Executive and Committee meeting dates. All meetings will take place in the Council Chamber, Civic Suite, 2 Hockley Road, Rayleigh, SS6 8EB, starting at 7:30 p.m. unless otherwise stated. The Review Committee, Tuesday the 9th of July. The Executive, Wednesday the 17th of July. Development Committee, Thursday the 25th of July. Council, Tuesday the 30th of July. Development Committee, Thursday the 22nd of August. Review Committee, Tuesday the 3rd of September. The Executive, Wednesday the 11th of September. Development Committee, Thursday the 19th of September. And for more information, contact Member Services on 01702 318140.
Meet the new chairman. Councillor Mrs Barbara Wilkins is the new chairman of Rochford District Council after being elected at the annual council meeting on 21st of May. The new vice chairman of the council is Councillor Mrs June Lumley, who will assist Councillor Mrs Wilkins during her term. Councillor Mrs Wilkins is a district councillor for Foulness and Great Wakering Ward and has lived in the Rochford district for 45 years. She has been a district councillor for 11 years and a parish councillor for Great Wakering since 1986. She is a mother to 1 son and 4 daughters and a proud grandmother to 6 grandchildren. Councillor Mrs Wilkins has worked within a children's preschool environment all her adult life and continues to do so and thoroughly enjoys going into work every day. Following her election, the new chairman of Rochford District Council, Councillor Mrs Wilkins, said, "I am very proud to be selected for this role by my fellow councillors. I am really looking forward to a busy year ahead of me and meeting so many people in the district. I would very much like to visit as many schools and various organisations within the district as possible and look forward to receiving your invitations." The chairman also announced that during her year in office, she will be raising money for the Ryan Tolley Leukaemia Trust Fund, South Essex Youth Symphony Orchestra and the local Multiple Sclerosis Society. If you would like the chairman to attend an event you are organising or visit a group or organisation you are part of, contact the chairman's office by calling the civic officer Julia Mitchell on 01702 318144 or email julia.mitchell@rochford.gov.uk.
Past chairman honours our Citizen of the Year. Each year, the chairman of Rochford District Council presents the Citizen of the Year Awards. They are made to recognise and acknowledge residents in our district for their valuable hard work and outstanding achievement. This year, nominations were invited in 3 different categories: Young Citizen, Charitable Support and Community Spirit. Nominations poured in for people of all ages and in all categories, and the judges were hugely impressed with the sheer amount of hard work and dedication of those who contribute to our community. From helping out at a local level, supporting neighbours, friends and those in need, through to our young citizens who work hard at school and are an inspiration to their peers, all the individual achievements add up to a community spirit that we should all be proud of. After a great deal of deliberation, the judging panel were keen to give the Citizen of the Year award to 11-year-old Leon Thorne. Leon has been part of the 6th Rochford Scout Group since he was a beaver at age 6. He contributes wholeheartedly, being the first to volunteer for new challenges and activities. His enthusiasm knows no bounds and his happy demeanour spreads to those around him. What makes Leon's example so inspirational and extraordinary is that he has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And there's a lovely photograph accompanying this article showing a very proud Leon with his award, various people in the background, including the previous chairman, Councillor Mrs. Joan Mockford. All the award winners and nominees were celebrated at a gala event hosted by Mrs. Mockford to say congratulations and to thank them for their hard work.
We frequently get asked the question, what happens to my recycling once it's been collected? So we've put together answers to the most popular questions that tell you a little bit more about what happens to your waste once we've got it. Once collected, all the recyclables are sent for sorting at a Materials Recycling Facility, or MRF. The MRF is operated by UPM Shotton Paper and is based in North East Wales. On the same site as the facility is UPM's paper mill, and this is where all Rochford's paper is recycled to make new 100% recycled newsprint. Vehicles from the Shotton site distribute manufactured goods such as newsprint throughout the UK, including South East England. The same vehicles that deliver the manufactured goods can then be used to collect and transport Rochford's recyclables back to Shotton. The transport system helps to reduce the numbers of large goods vehicles on the roads. At the Shotton facility, all the recyclables are sorted by a combination of automated and manual processes, so that all the paper, plastic, glass, cardboard and metal tins and cans can be bulked up separately and sent to reprocessors within the UK for recycling. This means plastic bottles from Rochford could end up being recycled into clothing or returned back into milk bottles, for example.
Answers to your questions about recycling scheme. Why can't I put soil or compost into my compostables bin? Soil and compost cannot be placed in the compostables green bin because it does not compost down, as both products are in their final state and cannot be treated further. Please ensure you shake excess soil off root balls and weeds before placing them in the compostables bin. If you do have any excess soil or compost, please reuse it where possible or take it to the recycling centres at Castle Road, Rayleigh or Stock Road, Southend. Please note you may need to produce your driving licence or other identification. Why do I have to rinse my recyclables before placing them into the recyclables bin? Unclean recyclable items should be rinsed before being placed in the recyclables bin, as the contents could cause problems at the materials recycling facility. Food or other residue could also soil other items, such as paper, which could make that item unsuitable for recycling. What is contamination? The term contamination is used to describe incorrect items in the bins. If you place items in the wrong bins, your bin may not be taken and it may be stickered. The sticker will explain why your bins were not emptied on this occasion. If your bins are stickered, you should remove the incorrect items from the bin and present it again on your next relevant collection day. What bin should my food waste go into? All food waste should be placed into your compostables green bin with your garden waste. This includes cooked and uncooked food, meat, fish and bones, as well as tea bags, coffee grounds, eggshells, vegetables and fruit peelings. Please do not place any food or garden waste into the recyclables grey or non-recyclables purple bins.
Now, I'm sure we've all heard about a message in a bottle. But did you know that if you do it, there's a possibility you could win £50? How? I'll tell you. You need to get a ticket. That's the first thing. So if you've got a kind neighbour who gets Rochford District Matters as a paper, give them a shout and ask them if you can have their ticket. If not, I'd give Rochford District Council a ring and say, look, please, will you send me a ticket so that I could possibly win £50? And this is what you have to do. The ticket, it looks a bit like a big gold stamp. It says, message in a bottle, win £50 by recycling your glass bottles. There's a space for your name and your contact phone number. And what will happen is, the idea is you take this ticket with your information on, you pop it inside a clean glass bottle, and then you put that glass bottle, with hopefully the winning ticket in, out, week commencing the 8th of July. It's that easy. Good luck with that. Now, do you love Rochford? Did you know that every day approximately 100 bags of litter are collected from the Rochford area by our contractors, CETA UK? Did you also know that over the course of a year we collect enough litter to fill the freight house in Rochford? And did you know it costs nearly £150,000 a year to clean Rochford? And this shouldn't be the case. There are 16 litter bins throughout the Rochford parish. So why is litter still thrown on the streets. And just to emphasise the point, when I say Rochford, I don't mean the whole of Rochford District. I'm just talking about Rochford Parish here. The council are starting a campaign to clean up the streets in and around Rochford town centre and to make residents aware that littering is against the law. People who drop litter can be fined or face prosecution in court. Authorised officers have the power to issue a fixed penalty charge of between £50 to £80 for a litter offence as an alternative to prosecution. Litter can be anything from a crisp packet or a cigarette butt to a bag of rubbish. The most common things we've seen as litter include fast food packaging, sweet wrappers, drinks cans, bottles and, of course, cigarette butts. Litter doesn't clear itself away. It can take years to degrade, causing harm to wildlife and habitats. As well as all of this, food that's dropped can attract vermin. We're urging residents to love Rochford by not dropping their litter, by either disposing of it in the nearest litter bin or by taking it home. The street scene team will be out and about in Rochford over the summer, carrying out litter patrols, identifying problem areas and holding road shows. If you live in the Rochford parish and would like to show your love for Rochford by volunteering to litter pick your area, we'd love to hear from you. Please phone the street scene on 01702 318 111 to register your interest. And the team will be continuing this campaign in Rayleigh, Hockley, Great Wakering and Hullbridge later in the year.
Congratulations to Vanessa Aldridge, a member of Hawkwell Girls Brigade, who's been recognised by the council for her fantastic recycling efforts. Vanessa recently won a fancy dress competition run by her local Girls Brigade when she designed and made a fantastic outfit made out of recycled materials. The council's recycling team was so impressed when they heard about Vanessa's efforts that they wanted her dedication recognised. They organised for Vanessa to be presented with a certificate in April by the then Vice-Chairman, Councillor Barbara Wilkins, to congratulate her as being named our first recycling champion. We're sure it isn't just Vanessa who's a clean recycler in the district. Do you know of someone who goes the extra mile to recycle more? Someone who's keen on home composting? Perhaps you know someone who loves litter picking or sorts elderly neighbours' recycling for them. We want to celebrate the best of recycling in the district. After all, you are among the best in the country, recycling over 2/3 of your waste. So if you know someone who goes above and beyond when it comes to recycling, then do let us know. Send your nominations to recycling@rochford.gov.uk or phone 01702 318111.
Prepare for an emergency. Emergencies can happen at any time. That's why it's important to be prepared. There are lots of things you can do in advance, so if an emergency does happen, you will be ready to cope. You can prepare for damage to your home, temporary evacuation or isolation by putting together an emergency grab bag with everything you need in it. Your grab bag holds important personal information and items which may help in an emergency. It should be small enough for anyone to carry and kept in a safe place that everyone in your household can find. Before an emergency, think about situations such as a fire, flooding, power cuts or extreme weather. Talk about them, discuss and agree what you would do. It's best to write down your plan, but even having discussed it can make a huge difference to how you will cope, whether it's a minor incident or something worse. In an emergency, if there's a major incident, stay home and tune in to your local radio. BBC Essex 103.5 and 95.3 FM, Heart FM 102.6 FM in the north and middle of Essex, and 96.3 FM in South Essex. Go in, stay in and tune in. After an emergency, your health and recovery after an emergency can be just as challenging. Visit www.crisissupportessex.org for information about the Crisis Support Team Essex. There's lots more advice and information on our website www.rochford.gov.uk/emergencies. There are two labels you could use. One is your name and address, and an out-of-area contact name and telephone number. The second label reminds you of what to put in your emergency grab bag. These could be prescription medicines details for the family, toiletries, identity documents, first aid kit, radio, battery or wind-up, torch, battery or wind-up, spare batteries, notebook, pen and pencil, spare glasses or contact lenses, mobile phone charger, a contact list including phone numbers, insurance details, spare keys for house and car, and what else? Well, of course, there's always chocolate. More useful contacts: www.essex-fire.gov.uk, www.essex.police.uk, www.direct.gov.uk, www.nhsdirect.nhs.uk, www.rspca.org.uk, www.environment-agency.gov.uk, a floodline 0845 988 1188, or the Essex Police non-emergency number 101.
Police Commissioner visit. A packed audience at the Hawthorne Centre in Rochford came to question the new Police and Crime Commissioner for Essex, abbreviated to PCC, Mr Nick Alston, on local policing issues. Mr Alston is visiting every local authority area in Essex twice a year to listen to what local people have to say about the perception of policing and crime in their area. A panel, including the chair of the Castle Point and Rochford District Community Safety Partnership, the CSP, that's Councillor Mrs Jo Macpherson, as well as Chief Inspector Ian Cummings and Inspector Jeff Appleby, answered questions from the audience on topics of concern, including antisocial behaviour, licensing and the nighttime economy, shoplifting and vehicle crime. And the PCC and the audience heard how the local police and partners, including the council, are doing everything they can to stop unsightly graffiti in the district, as well as implement measures to ensure the area remains one of the safest places to live in the county, especially at night time. Following the meeting, the PCC, Nick Alston, said, "These public meetings are an ideal way for me to listen first-hand to the concerns residents have about their community and how the police can help to make them feel safer. I'm looking forward to coming back to the district in a few months' time to see for myself what progress has been made with the concerns people raised at the meeting and how the local police have taken steps to address those concerns."
A major part of the discussions at the public meeting with the PCC was about how people who live in the Rochford district can help keep it as one of the safest places to live in the county. The council works very closely with Essex Police and other partners to ensure the district is a safe place for everyone to enjoy. This year, the CSP's priorities are reducing domestic abuse, reducing antisocial behaviour, reducing reoffending, reducing serious acquisitive crime, for example, dwelling burglary and theft from motor vehicles, and reducing acquisitive crime, shoplifting and other burglary, for example, sheds. If you weren't able to attend the last meeting with the PCC, or if you want to hear how things have progressed since the last meeting, then make a note in your diary for the next event, which will be on the 26th of September this year, between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the Grove Wood Primary School, Grove Road, Rayleigh.
Pocket-sized help for you. The Council's Community Safety Team has published a series of pocket-sized advice guides for residents with tips on protecting their homes and vehicles, dealing with antisocial behaviour, hate crime and domestic abuse. The aim of the leaflets is to raise awareness of these issues, outline what steps residents can take and where help and further advice is available. The concertina-style leaflets are available free from council offices and libraries throughout the district. Alternatively, you can contact the Community Safety Team on 01702 318104 and leaflets will be sent out to you. ASB Pocket Guide, Enough is Enough, so report it, a guide to dealing with antisocial behaviour in the Rochford District. This leaflet sets out in unambiguous terms exactly what constitutes antisocial behaviour, for example vandalism and nuisance behaviour, and equally what doesn't, such as children playing in the street. Antisocial behaviour covers a wide range of selfish and unacceptable activity that can blight community life and includes any form of intimidating or destructive conduct that damages or destroys another person's quality of life. The guide explains how the council, through its antisocial behaviour officer and its partners, sets about tackling the issue, including steps to nip problems in the bud through early intervention. This is backed up with a range of other measures such as injunctions, acceptable behaviour agreements and antisocial behaviour orders, all at its disposal if problems escalate. It outlines what residents can do if they are subjected to or witness antisocial behaviour, who they should contact and who to call in the event of emergency. Please remember, if you don't report it, we don't know about it. Domestic Abuse Panel, Castle Point and Rochford, Help and Support Pocket Guide. Domestic abuse, whether physical or emotional, knows no boundaries and happens in all kinds of relationships. The guide aims to address any gaps in the knowledge about domestic abuse and the help that is available to those in an abusive relationship. It also offers practical guidance including developing a safety plan and the help available from national and local agencies. Be Safe and Secure Pocket Guide. Most crimes, particularly burglary, are spur-of-the-moment actions, often caused by an opportunity such as an open window. By securing your home, you save yourself the distress and expense of crime and make your community a safer place. The guide also encourages residents to be wary of bogus callers who trick their way into a premises to steal items while the occupier is distracted. Hate Crime Pocket Guide. No one should have to stand for it. A guide to dealing with hate crime in the Rochford District. Nobody deserves to be picked on or abused simply because they are different. But the reality is that in today's diverse society, people are being labelled and victimised because of their disability, ethnic background, religion, gender or sexual orientation. This leaflet explains exactly what hate crime is and where anyone who feels they are being discriminated against in this way can get help. Vehicle Crime Pocket Guide. Offences against vehicles, motorcycles and bikes account for a disproportionate number of crime reports to the police. However, most of these are preventable. The guide looks at tricks used by thieves to steal vehicles, outlining how motorists can safeguard themselves when buying a used vehicle from a garage or privately, or when selling a used vehicle privately.
Carers enjoy half-term fun. Young carers from across the district had a great week of half-term fun with Essex County Fire and Rescue Services, the ECFRS. The 12 teenagers were selected to take part in a special fire break course run by ECFRS in association with the Rochford District Community Safety Partnership, the CSP, and the carers charity SCAFT, which stands for Supporting Carers and Families Together. Firebreak is a life skills and personal development programme which puts participants through the same disciplines that recruit firefighters learn, including using breathing apparatus, taking control of high-powered jet hoses, ladder rescue and the importance of teamwork. The week-long event at Hawkwell Fire Station culminated in a passing out ceremony where the students demonstrated their new skills in front of an audience, which included the then chairman of Rochford District Councillor Mrs. Joan Mockford. The idea for tailoring a course for young carers arose from an earlier joint initiative involving the fire service, the CSP and SCAFT. A series of workshops were organised to raise young people's awareness of how to stay safe in all aspects of their daily lives, and this included vital fire safety advice. Lynn Ketley from ECRFS said the workshops were very successful with the young carers and led to 4 young carers being recommended and awarded places on our young firefighters courses, and SCAFT being awarded this firebreak course. While the firebreak course had its serious aspects, it was devised with the emphasis on fun, something that can be missing in the lives of young carers given their circumstances. SCAFT works to provide help, support and information to carers of all ages looking after a relative, friend or neighbour who through long-term illness, disability and other reasons may need extra support to manage some aspects of their daily lives. And there is a photograph accompanying this article that shows, I think, a young person kind of scrambling up a ladder with a firefighter behind giving them a friendly push. If you'd like more information on SCAFT, you can visit their website at www.scaft.org.uk.
Top summer security tips. To ensure you can relax and enjoy the summer, Essex Police's Crime Prevention Officer for the Rochford District, Emma Clark, has some advice for keeping garden equipment safe from theft. Top of her list of tips is sheds and outbuildings security. Sheds and outbuildings typically contain tools and gardening equipment which are not just valuable but could also prove useful to a burglar looking to break into your home. Secure the shed door with pad bolts and close shackle padlocks that cannot be easily prized off, or fit a padlock alarm. Hinges should be fitted using coach bolts and large backing washers. Doors can be further secured with shed alarms and a shed bar lock. Emma said larger items such as bikes, ladders and lawnmowers should ideally be chained to a shed shackle on the wall or to an I-type anchor fixed into a concrete floor inside the shed. It's advisable to make a note of all gardening equipment, recording the make, model and serial number, and to mark all items in a highly visible manner, such as scratching or engraving, or using a permanent security marker showing their postcode and house number or name. This will make them less attractive to a thief. If you keep your gardening tools and equipment in your garage, don't advertise their presence to passing strangers by leaving the door open for long periods. There's lots more information about home security on our website at www.rochford.gov.uk.
Rochford District Matters is designed and published by Rochford District Council. Its editor is Patrick John. The telephone number for the council is 01702 546366, and the magazine is printed by Morton Print Limited, 01507 523456. That brings us to the end of this edition, which was recorded by volunteers from the Rayleigh, Rochford and Castle Point talking newspapers for the blind at their studio in Rochford. Rochford District Matters is designed and published by Rochford District Council. Its editor is Patrick John. The telephone number for the council is 01702 546366, and the magazine is printed by Morton Print Limited, 01507 523456. That brings us to the end of this edition, which was recorded by volunteers from the Rayleigh, Rochford and Castle Point talking newspapers for the blind at their studio in Rochford.